You know, we've seen one Rumble already today, and it's actually been pretty effective, but this is more just comfort picks for both players rather than saying, look, we're going to pick meta-specific champions. LCS teams that were consulted for their vote, I believe it was Impulse and Coast. Now we're taking a look at the Masteries and Runes here for game number 2 coming up. So for Marin is already up just the slightest tad, or Hachani looking to you know, kind of come back here. We've got some mana regen, ability power, magic resistance, and I wanted to say that was armor in there, but I couldn't quite catch the last character. As far as Masteries are concerned, nothing out of the ordinary. Does have 4 points actually in... Wait a second, where is he taking that point from? So he has 4 points in cooldown reduction as far as Masteries are concerned, has taken one out of the Deadly Game, and I really don't like that. I guess Deadly Game doesn't really matter if you survive as long as you kill the guy first. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Solo King tournament, Korean 1v1 style here. It's going to be Marin versus Hachani, game number 2. Coming your way. Hachani down 1-0, or down 0-1 in Marin's favor, and he'll be bringing a Rumble to a Morgana fight. I'm not sure how that directly relates to bringing a knife to a gunfight. Who's the knife and who's the gun? I don't know, but regardless, we should see Hachani sit in base for a 4th health potion, or possibly a mana potion like we've seen several mid laners pick up, just to keep themselves topped off early. But for Marin, it really just comes down to the overheated flame spitters. That's what does the most damage, or at least persistent damage. You can see him already starting to get his heat on as he walks up towards the lane. Now, he's going to be there a little bit ahead of schedule, and while he is busy charging up that flame spitter, it's Hachani who really is just busy waiting for an extra potion, I believe. She wants something or other. We'll get a chance to find out once we get this game underway. Hachani slowly lumbering his way out of base. Morgana, a very, very low base movement speed, so you'll get used to the directed camera kind of following her around forever and ever. Just kidding. Making her way finally to the mid lane. Morgana able to just throw down Tormented Soil. Only hits onto about 3 to 4 champions, so probably wasn't the greatest skill usage, but you get the idea. Just walking in the lane, Tormented Soil down, and the 10% spell vamp that Morgana gets off of her passes actually going to be fairly meaningful, because you can just throw down the Tormented Soil in a big group, have your meeting on it, and pretty much just do whatever. And by meeting, I mean engagement. So Marin going to take a Dark Binding there, more Tormented Soil, just like, what's the counterplay to that? Black Shield specifically going to be great at really blocking a lot of the damage that Marin has to give, and keeping just a slight CS advantage, freezing the wave in a great place to be here. Hachani's really got his lane mechanics down, which is something that you'd actually expect from a top laner, not necessarily from a support player. And we've actually seen supports and AD carries played today, and well, pretty unanimously, supports have actually been doing very, very well. I do say for the most part, but you get the idea. It's exciting to see Marin now maybe a little bit on the back foot. Got pushed in underneath this turret on the first wave, and of course now he needs to figure out a way to get them out of it so that he can explain this entire situation, which does not necessarily seem to be going in his favor. Return to Castle 1v1 in Stein, kind of the name of this game. We've been here several times tonight, but culminating in this 1v1. Hachani versus Marin. Marin, of course, trying to prioritize CS and not actually doing an incredible job at it. He's down by about 8 right now, which is about 6 right now. Let me get my math correct, which is actually a little bit of a big deal. That means an entire wave of minions in the advantage there for Hachani. And I mean, I'd take a free wave of minions if you're looking to compare perfect CS. And honestly, you should be comparing versus perfect CS instead of versus your direct lane opponent, because hey, you win your matchup versus your lane opponent, but you actually can't CS as well. So always something to learn, and It's been awesome to watch both of these teams kind of learn, adapt, and grow over the course of this Solo King tournament. We can listen to what, according to Monty, is one of the most annoying sounds in the game. It is Super Galaxy Rumble. Super Galaxy Rumble. It's like super depressing day, but it's still super for Super Galaxy Rumble because he's so happy all the time. You get the idea. Coming back into lane though. Talking about CS differentials primarily, he was only able to buy, let's see, he picked up boots, potions, and an amplifying tome. I don't know, man. That's a difficult set of items to use, whereas double Doran's ring for Hachani on top of all that early sustain that she picked up is probably going to win most trades, specifically because she's able to get the extra MR shred there from throwing down tornadoes, so quote-unquote core. Kind of forgot what I was going to say there with the finishing of the sentence. Whoa, Hachani down to about half HP there. Marin still pretty tanky with even just the Doran's shield. It is the I think the highest HP of all Doran's items, so I'm glad that at least it has a small niche right there. But the big issue is for Hachani is that, you know, can he get his black shield up enough to stop from dying to these continually empowered flamethrowers? I don't know, Marin just really making a case for Rumble being extremely abusive. Now, he isn't necessarily extremely mobile, but I think that actually works towards his favor because at least once you, you know, go mid lane, or well, once you get to the mid game, rather, not mid lane, mid game, Gnar just gets absolutely massive and can take up pretty much the world. Danger Zone empowered, not enflowered. He is not a he's not a hippie. He's not a baker. There will be no enflowering, but empowering with Flame Spitter is a great way to. Whoa! Look at that equalizer. It'll stop Hachani, remove a little bit of his kill potential, but we'll still keep it back further and further. Electro Harpoons coming out here. Hachani will back away a little bit further. Could have traded Flash for Flash. Maybe, you know, fooling Hachani, doesn't think there's a jungler coming in. No, just kidding. There's nobody else but them and us watching them play League of Legends, which, you know, sounds super exciting. And to be fair, for the majority of these games, it has been. Marin, is he going to win the game here? He's got 3 more creeps here. I think he might actually win the game. He's going to suicide here for this turret. He's got creeps hitting on him. It's Marin. One more auto attack, and Marin wins the 1v1 off of forcing Hachani back to base. SK Telecom with a 2-1 victory. Hachani